At 6:40 a.m., the alarm always rang in the same house. Same sound, same silence after it. Same man sitting up slowly like nothing in his life had changed. But everything had. His name was Adrian Malik, and for the last 2 years, he had been pretending to go to work. Every single morning, he wore the same routine like armor. Iron shirt, black shoes, office bag, confidence on his face, and a lie in his pocket he had perfected over time. He was employed. He had meetings. He had deadlines. He had a life that made sense. At least, that's what his wife believed. And his daughter, Aisha, never questioned it either. Because children trust structure. And Adrian had built a perfect illusion of structure. But illusions always break. Some just take longer than others. 3 years earlier, Adrian was actually employed. A logistics company, stable salary, normal life. Nothing special, but enough. Then one afternoon, everything collapsed. A meeting. A silence. A single sentence from his manager. We're restructuring. Your position is no longer needed. No shouting, no drama, just corporate finality. Adrian walked out holding a cardboard box. And something inside him broke that day. Not loudly, quietly. Like a wire snap. He told his wife that evening, "We're just on a temporary break. I'll find something else." But weeks passed, then months. Then rejection emails stopped even coming. Because he stopped applying. Because something worse had taken over. Shame. And shame does not ask permission. It moves in and takes control. The idea came accidentally. One morning, his wife asked, "Did you get any updates from interviews?" Adrian froze, and then lied. "Yes, I might hear back today." That day, instead of going to interviews, he went to a public library. Sat there for 8 hours, doing nothing, just waiting for time to pass. And then something strange happened. He realized nobody was tracking him. Nobody was watching closely. Nobody asked for proof. So the next day, he did it again. Different library, different cafe, different bench, but same illusion. He would leave home at 7:30 a.m. and return at 6:30 p.m. every day. Perfect timing, perfect lie. And slowly, it became his new life. At first, it felt temporary, just until I fixed things. But days turned into months, and Adrian started building a system. He would rotate locations, mall food courts, parking lots, cheap internet cafes, public parks. He even created fake work stories. I was stuck in meetings. Traffic was insane today. Office workload is increasing. His wife stopped asking details. His daughter stopped asking anything. Because children adapt faster than adults expect. But something inside Adrian was decaying. Because pretending to exist is heavier than working itself. One afternoon, everything changed on a rainy Thursday. Aisha came home from school early. Adrian was not expecting her. He was supposed to be at work, but he was actually sitting in a half-empty cinema parking lot, killing time. When he returned home at his usual hour, he saw something that froze him. Aisha was silent, watching him. Not angry, not emotional, just observing, like she had discovered a pattern. That night, she asked a question that felt too precise for a child. "Abu, where exactly do you work?" Adrian smiled automatically. "Office, Beta. You know that." She nodded, but didn't believe him. And that was the moment something shifted. Because children don't need proof. They need consistency. And Adrian's consistency was starting to crack. The following weeks became psychological warfare inside his own mind. He started forgetting which lies he had told. He mixed up fake meetings. He accidentally mentioned places he had never been. His wife noticed small inconsistencies, but ignored them, because accepting truth is harder than tolerating confusion. But Ayesha didn't ignore. She started watching. One morning, she didn't go to school immediately. She waited and followed him. Adrian left at 7:28 a.m. Same routine, same bag, same face. He took a bus, but instead of going to an office building, he got off near a quiet commercial district. Then he walked into a small cafe and sat there for hours, doing nothing. Ayesha stood across the street, watching, confused, slowly realizing her father wasn't working. He was hiding. And what hurt most was that he didn't look surprised anymore. He looked trained, like this was normal. That night, she didn't confront him. She just went to her room and stopped speaking. Silence is louder than questions, and Adrian felt it immediately. Something was collapsing. 2 days later, everything broke. 2 days later, everything broke. Ayesha followed him again, but this time she didn't stop at watching. She followed him inside. He didn't notice. He was too used to being invisible in public spaces. He sat in the same cafe, same corner, same routine of pretending to check work emails. But then he looked up and saw her, standing quietly near the entrance, watching him like a stranger. For a moment, he couldn't move. The world went still. People kept walking, but his life stopped. Ayesha walked closer and asked softly, "Are you working or hiding?" That question destroyed him, because there was no childish tone in it, only truth. Adrian tried to speak, but nothing came out. For 3 years, he had rehearsed lies, but never practiced honesty. His voice cracked. I didn't mean for it to become like this." Ayesha didn't cry. She just said, "I followed you." That night, Adrian didn't go home immediately. He sat outside in the rain. For the first time in 3 years, he didn't perform. No pretending, no story, no mask, just reality. He had not just lost a job. He had lost identity. He had not just lied to others. He had disappeared from his own life. And now, his daughter had seen it. The next morning, he returned home early, sat with his wife, and told the truth. Everything. The job loss, the shame, the first lie, the gradual collapse, the years of hiding in plain sight. His wife didn't react immediately, because sometimes truth takes time to land. Ayesha stood in the doorway, listening. And for the first time, she didn't see a liar. She saw a broken man who forgot how to stop pretending. Adrian quit the illusion that day. Not his struggles, but the pretending. Because pretending is the real prison. Months later, life was still difficult. They had financial problems, emotional distance to repair, trust to rebuild. But something real had returned. Presence. And sometimes, that is the beginning of everything. Because the most dangerous lie a man can live is the one where nobody realizes he has already disappeared. And somewhere right now, someone is still waking up every morning, wearing confidence like a costume, while quietly hoping nobody asks too many questions. Because the truth might be, he stopped being where he was supposed to be a long time ago.